Exodus 29. This is the ceremony for consecrating them as priests. Take a young bull and 2 rams, healthy and without defects. Use fine wheat flour but no yeast. Make bread and cakes mixed with oil and wafers spread with oil. Place them in a basket and carry them along with the bull and the 2 rams. Bring Aaron and his sons to the entrance of the tent of meeting and wash them with water. Then take the vestments and dress Aaron in the tunic, the robe of the ephod and the breastpiece, belting the ephod on him with the embroidered waistband. Set the turban on his head and place the sacred crown on the turban. Then take the anointing oil and pour it on his head, anointing him. Then bring his sons, put tunics on them, and gird them with sashes, both Aaron and his sons, and set hats on them. Their priesthood is upheld by law and is permanent. This is how you ordain Aaron and his sons. Bring the bull to the tent of meeting. Aaron and his sons will place their hands on the head of the bull. Then you will slaughter the bull in the presence of God at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Take some of the bull's blood and smear it on the horns of the altar with your finger. Pour the rest of the blood on the base of the altar. Next, take all the fat that covers the innards, fat from around the liver and the 2 kidneys, and burn it on the altar. But the flesh of the bull, including its hide and dung, you will burn up outside the camp. It is an absolution offering. Then take one of the rams. Have Aaron and his sons place their hands on the head of the ram. Slaughter the ram and take its blood and throw it against the altar all around. Cut the ram into pieces, wash its innards and legs, then gather the pieces and its head. Burn the whole ram on the altar. It is a whole burnt offering to God, a pleasant fragrance, an offering by fire to God. Then take the second ram. Have Aaron and his sons place their hands on the ram's head. Slaughter the ram. Take some of its blood and rub it on Aaron's right earlobe and on the right earlobes of his sons, on the thumbs of their right hands, and on the big toes of their right feet. Sprinkle the rest of the blood against all sides of the altar. Then take some of the blood that is on the altar, mix it with some of the anointing oil, and splash it on Aaron and his clothes, and on his sons and their clothes, so that Aaron and his clothes and his sons' clothes will be made holy. Take the fat from the ram, the fat tail, the fat that covers the innards, and the long lobe of the liver, the 2 kidneys, and the fat on them, and the right thigh. This is the ordination ram. Also take 1 loaf of bread, an oil cake, and a wafer from the bread basket that is in the presence of God. Place all of these in the open hands of Aaron and his sons, who will wave them before God, a wave offering. Then take them from their hands and burn them on the altar with the whole burnt offering, a pleasing fragrance before God, a gift to God. Now take the breast from Aaron's ordination ram and wave it before God, a wave offering. That will be your portion. Consecrate the wave offering breast and the thigh that was held up. These are the parts of the ordination ram that are for Aaron and his sons. Aaron and his sons are always to get this offering from the Israelites. The Israelites are to make this offering regularly from their peace offerings. Aaron's sacred garments are to be handed down to his descendants so they can be anointed and ordained in them. The son who succeeds him as priest is to wear them for 7 days and enter the tent of meeting to minister in the holy place. Take the ordination ram and boil the meat in the holy place. At the entrance to the tent of meeting, Aaron and his sons will eat the boiled ram and the bread that is in the basket. Atoned by these offerings, ordained and consecrated by them, they are the only ones who are to eat them. No outsiders are to eat them. They're holy. Anything from the ordination ram or from the bread that is left over until morning, you are to burn up. Don't eat it. It's holy. Do everything for the ordination of Aaron and his sons exactly as I've commanded you throughout the 7 days. Offer a bull as an absolution offering for atonement each day. Offer it on the altar when you make atonement for it. Anoint and consecrate it. Make atonement for the altar and consecrate it for 7 days. The altar will become soaked in holiness. Anyone who so much as touches the altar will become holy. This is what you are to offer on the altar: 2-year-old lambs each and every day. 1 lamb in the morning and the second lamb in the evening. With the sacrifice of the first lamb, offer 2 quarts of fine flour with a quart of virgin olive oil, plus a quart of wine for a drink offering. The sacrifice of the second lamb, the one at evening, is also to be accompanied by the same grain offering and drink offering of the morning sacrifice to give a pleasing fragrance, a gift to God. This is to be your regular, daily, whole burnt offering before God, generation after generation. Sacrifice at the entrance of the tent of meeting. That's where I'll meet you. That's where I'll speak with you. That's where I'll meet the Israelites at the place made holy by my glory. I'll make the tent of meeting and the altar holy. I'll make Aaron and his sons holy in order to serve me as priests. I'll move in and live with the Israelites. I'll be their God. They'll realize that I'm their God who brought them out of the land of Egypt so that I could live with them. I am God, your God.